Greetings, citizens of the internet. I'm Ashley Esqueva, and usually Best of Smartphone Experts post the best of Android Central, CrackBerry, Windows Phone Central, Pre-Central, and the iPhone blog on Sunday nights. But we've decided to change things up a little bit and bring you all of that under one new banner. Mobile Nations. Part of that change is you're going to be getting a new video post to go with the roundup every week. The Mobile Nations Monday Brief. We're going to be telling you about all the cool stuff you might have missed last week across all of Smartphone Experts, and we're going to give you a glimpse into what's going on this coming week. Each one of our sites has its own real country of followers, and so this only makes sense bringing them all together under one roof and making it sort of the United Nations of cell phones. Let's start off with our very first Mobile Nations Monday Brief. Phil and the crew over at Android Central put up a post about the Droid 3 becoming official. That's right, this not-so-secret sequel to the Droid 2 was made official by Verizon this last week. You can actually pick one up right this second on the internet for $199 if you sign a new 2-year contract. But buyer beware, if you do that and you're not a current Verizon customer, you will be subjected to their brand new tiered data programs. Ugh. Derek over at Pre-Central wrote an epic HP TouchPad review this last week, an opus in 2 parts, if you will. You can head over to precentral.net to check out what we think of the glorious WebOS tablet. Can it stand up to the likes of the iPad 2 and all of the other Android tablets that are coming out? Should you spend your hard-earned scratch on it? Make sure to check out his review, and if you want to get in on the discussion, you can head over to the TouchPad forum at Pre-Central to find out what's going on and what people think about it. The CrackBerry Nation got up in arms this week and gave our very own Kevin a ton of flack for his post, 10 Reasons Google Will Buy RIM. In fact, it set the blogosphere alight, if you will, and a lot of people were very upset and they thought Kevin turned his back on BlackBerry. Not so, everybody. Kevin is actually one of the biggest BlackBerry supporters we have here in Mobile Nations. In fact, he is heading this week to Waterloo, the birthplace of BlackBerry and Research in Motion, for the annual shareholders meeting where he is going to be providing tons of content for you to check out this week on CrackBerry. Over at the iPhone blog, Renee posted a very juicy morsel about a potential upgrade for the iPad 2 coming out later this year. Now, this upgrade is rumored to have a Retina display screen, which a lot of iPad fans have been clamoring for since it was released on the iPhone 4. And it's also rumored to have some form of Final Cut Pro or maybe even Aperture installed on the device. As for the name, well, Renee seems to think that Apple should continue with their Pro line of naming as with MacBook and name it the iPad 2 Pro. I'm curious as to what your opinion is. What do you think that this upgraded iPad should be named? Over at WP Central, our friends who love Windows Phone 7 had a little bit of trouble this last week as a post went up describing Seismic being updated and somehow moved to the games list in Xbox Live. Apparently this has happened more than once for Windows Phone 7 users, and they're looking to fix that ASAP. Let's hope that they figure out what exactly is causing that issue and they plug that hole real quick. Another important part of Mobile Nations is the podcast, where all of the heads of state at Android Central, CrackBerry, WP Central, Pre-Central, and the iPhone blog come together with dignitaries who are commentators and analysts, the best and brightest in the mobile industry to discuss all things mobile. They just put up episode 2 this last week, and you should definitely check it out if you haven't. Everybody loves free stuff, and that's why we're going to talk about the giveaways happening on Mobile Nations across all of our blogs. The very first one is on Android Central, and with the help of Telenav and Sprint, they are giving away not 1, but 2 Evo 3Ds. That's right, you can have your very own HTC Evo 3D. All you have to do is follow all 3 of those companies on Twitter. That's right, Android Central, Sprint, and Telenav, and then go to the blog post and post a comment with your Twitter handle in it, and they will pick a winner this week, and it will be great. Good luck, and I hope you win. In addition, Kevin and the crew over at CrackBerry have their CrackBerry's BlackBerry Super Fanboy contest happening this week, so make sure to stay tuned to crackberry.com for all the details. You are not going to want to miss it. Well, everybody, that is it for the inaugural episode of Mobile Nation's Monday Brief. You can follow us on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe, youtube.com/mobilenations. You can follow me on Twitter at Ashley Esqueva, and you can follow and read all of our blog posts at crackberry.com, wpcentral.com, precentral.net, TiPb.com, that's the iPhone blog, and androidcentral.com. Until next time, nations, you've been briefed.